My name is Wendy Kramer. I'm the Assistant Director of Membership and Career Services here with Academy of Management. AOM is one of the world's largest organizations devoted to management and organization scholarship, but our aim is for you to find your connection here at the Academy. Our agenda today is broken into two parts. Part one includes a brief history of how AOM grew to the association it is today, and then we'll be in touch on some key member benefits. Part two will delve into the annual meeting and how we hope to best prepare you before you arrive. Now, I'd like to introduce Herman Aguinis, the Academy of Management past president and professor at the George Washington University School of Business. As one of our esteemed elected officers, he has served as AOM's president during 21 and 22, and is now serving as AOM's immediate past president. He is a fellow of the Academy of Management and has been recognized countless times, including the AOM Research Methods Division Distinguished Career Award for Lifetime Contributions and the AOM Entrepreneurship Division IDEA Thought Leader Award, just to name a couple. Professor Guinness is a prolific researcher and has written more than 200 referee journal articles, about 50 chapters, monographs, and other publications. He has delivered about 40 keynotes and more than 300 presentations at professional conferences, delivered about 170 invited presentations in all 7 continents except for Antarctica, so that's his challenge. In addition, he's published 11 books, consults with organizations around the globe, and if that's not enough, he can also be found in the classroom teaching courses at the MBA, executive, and doctoral levels at institutions around the globe. Join me in welcoming Dr. Herman Aguinis.
Thank you, Wendy, for those very kind words, and welcome everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to be here with you today. Speaking with you is a highlight. And you may ask why? Because you, my friends, you are the future of the Academy of Management. I see a lot of new faces, which means many of you are attending the conference for the first time, and many of you just joined the Academy of Management family. That is fantastic. It means you're going to be part of our journey for many, many years to come. The Academy of Management was founded, do you know when? In the year 1936. And the first meetings took place in December of that year on the campus of the University of Chicago. I'd like you to use a chat box to type the number of members, the number of people who attended the first Academy of Management conference in December 1936. Go ahead. Try to guess how many people attended that meeting, that first meeting in December of 1936. Go ahead and use the chat box. 500, 7, 60, 25, 5. Wow. 640, 2,000. Okay. 314.16. Well, it has to be a full number. Okay, these are great guesses. I think the second person who put it in was right. 10 people. Just 10 people attended that first meeting. Fast forward 87 years, and now we have about 10,000 people. I think we will reach that number. We're almost at 9,600 now, attending the 2023 meetings in Boston. We have grown from a small group to a global family of almost 20,000 members in 115 countries. So given the conference attendance and the membership numbers, we are emerging out of the pandemic very strongly. You may be wondering, how are we able to pull this off? The secret sauce is our engaged, caring, and committed global community. And when I say we, I mean all of us, you, me, Wendy, everyone in this meeting, and everyone who is engaged with the Academy. The Academy's success is a testament to the hard work of thousands of volunteers. As Wendy said, today you will learn a lot about the Academy of Management. You will hear about our 26 divisions and interest groups, our 7 journals, and much, much more. So I was thinking, instead of bombarding you with more facts and figures, I would like to share something more personal. Through the Academy of Management, I made my closest friends. I received job offers. I got invited to serve on the board of journals and even received invitations to visit many other countries. Still looking forward to that Antarctica invitation. I don't think we have any business goals there, but maybe one day. I have gained so much from our organization, and for that, I am deeply, deeply grateful. You might be thinking, wow, Herman, that is great, awesome. How can I get all of that? Well, I joined the Academy of Management in 1992. And based on my experience over the past 30 years, the answer to that question of how can I get all of that is very simple. Get involved. The more you engage with the Academy, the more you will benefit personally and professionally. So go ahead and use the thumbs up or thumbs down in the Zoom screen to let me know if you would like to make a ton of friends at the Academy, if you would like to collaborate professionally with them and have a blast doing so. Oh, great. The emoji with the hearts. I like that one. Okay, awesome. Lots of hearts, lots of thumbs up. Excellent. So that's most of you. Most of you would like to benefit professionally and personally from your membership. So how can you become involved to make all these great things happen? Well, the Academy of Management is a big organization, and our membership in the Academy is like living in a big city that offers many opportunities. But sometimes it is not easy to make personal connections and friends in a big city. So we all join our divisions and interest groups, what we call the DIGs, because those are like the smaller neighborhoods in our big city. We know that connecting with those in our neighborhood is a lot easier, particularly when we share the same research and teaching interests. So the DIGs are the lifeblood of the Academy of Management. That's really where the action happens. The divisions and interest groups are like our local neighborhoods where we make friends, we learn from each other, we serve as mentors and mentees, and receive feedback on our papers. So here's my advice for you my advice for you is that you find your tribe. You have to find your neighborhood. You have to find your group. So at the conference in Boston, make sure you attend the social hour and the business meeting of your chosen divisions and interest groups. Also, visit AOM Connect. If you're not familiar with that, those are online communities that you can join, even if they're not in one of your divisions. We have more than 60 now. And for next year's conference in Chicago, consider signing up as a reviewer. I know that membership in this huge organization can feel overwhelming. I still remember my first Academy conference, walking around not knowing anyone except for the faculty and the students in my own program. So it may be easy for you to feel lost, but remember, for that to not happen, find your neighborhood, find your tribe. And if you ever need help, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I always have time and love connecting with new members. I can't wait to see you in person in Boston. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Herman. That was fantastic. What a way to kick off our day this morning. You know, I'm excited to hear from you in the future, because I want your story to be your story and how AOM has touched you going forward. Adding to what Herman has shared, Nancy Urbanowitz, our Executive Director, will now provide us with more information about who we are and what we do. Nancy?
Thank you, Herman. Thank you, Wendy. Please let me also say thank you to each and every one of you for joining our Academy community. I'm really glad to be with all of you today. Some of you may be members of one or more professional societies already, or the Academy may be your first. My own career journey is not in academia, but it's in the management of professional societies so that they can best carry out their important missions. Professional societies trace their roots back to the Renaissance, when scientific groups first started to form to collect and disseminate knowledge. And the Academy has been doing that exactly, as Herman said, since 1936. So you join a long and prestigious history of advancing knowledge in the field. And if we take what Herman already said about AOM and wrap it up into a simple statement about who we are and what we do, it's this. We are first and foremost an engaged community, which Therese will talk a bit more about in a second. We teach and conduct research. We create and disseminate knowledge pertaining to scholarship, teaching, and practice. And importantly, we commit ourselves to the professional development of members at all stages of their careers. And we do it all through, as Herman said, our tremendous global volunteer power. But beyond who we are and what we do, what is it that really binds us together? We're bound by a common mission to connect and explore ideas. We care about creating a better world through our scholarship and teaching. And the fabric of our big dynamic community is sewn together by values that center on high quality work, ethical behavior, respect for one another and for the diversity of our backgrounds and experiences, and cooperative relationships with others who share a similar mission. So as our newest members, you carry the torch forward, as Herman had said, so that the Academy endures and that the important work of our members influences generations to come. So I hope to bump into you in Boston. And if you do see me, please stop and say hello. Thank you for listening to me. And I'm going to turn it over now to Therese.
Thanks, Nancy. Hi, everybody. My name's Therese Loncar, and I just want to echo what's already been said and welcome you today. Now, I'm not going to repeat a lot of what Herman said, but clearly when we talk about community in the Academy, that means we're talking about our divisions and interest groups. Now, as a guest, does anybody want to guess how many divisions and interest groups Herman is a member of? Herman, do you want to tell us how many divisions and interest groups you're a member of?
I would let them guess. Go ahead and put it in. So we have a total of 26, and when you become a member, you automatically can choose 2. But how many?
Exactly.
Somebody likes their fractions, like point something.
Right, exactly. So if you know that the Academy consists of 26 divisions and interest groups, these represent the main areas of management, research, and teaching. So why don't you let them know what the number is, Herman?
I think it's about 12, something like that.
So what I'd like to share with you about our divisions and interest groups, actually, I owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to an AOM member and fellow of the Academy, Alan Meyer, who prepared a user manual for 12 scholars from Africa in 2012, which he called as a kind of a user manual or the hitchhiker guide to AOM. And how he described the Academy, this huge group, and try to make it more granular and approachable. And so you could kind of think, using that same framework Nancy shared earlier, you can think of the Academy as an invisible college, and that philosophy about small communities of interacting scholars who met face to face, exchanged ideas, encouraged each other. And since most of you are about to come together as scholars at the annual meeting, the entryway for building those connections are within the divisions and interest groups, or DIGs for short. Now, the Academy DIGs create that sense of place for those seeking an intellectual home and a means of establishing close ties with others. And as Herman said, they are a starting point for volunteerism. And all of you can start to be a volunteer this fall and sign up to be a reviewer for the 2024 annual meeting. So that's a great place to start to build those connections and also expand your work. Now, as Herman mentioned, your member benefits include the choice to belong to 2 divisions and interest groups, and other dig choices can be added for a nominal fee. Now, the biggest digs are organizational behavior, OB, strategic management, STR, and organization and management theory, OMT. But there are lots of smaller and more specialized digs, which we're going to show you on the next slide. So, but first, a little secret to the Academy. This slide demonstrates the Academy's love of acronyms and codes. We love our code words for our dig names. So to help you decode some of those acronyms, we'll include a link in the chat which is even our cheat sheet as a way to decode all the 26 division names and links to their domains. So you could do a deeper dive and understand a little bit more about some of the divisions and interest groups. But to help you understand our structure, this is a social network analysis constructed by another amazing AOM member, Steve Borgatti. Now, this map shows how members form connections through dig clusters so that you might be a member of both HR and OB and start to form connections within that cluster, or to be a member of STR and TIM, the Technology and Innovation Management Division. And you start to run into those individuals at socials and different meetings and see them post on Connect, and you start to form those connections. And later on, we'll give some examples of dig sessions, some of those sessions that are a good starting point. Herman mentioned too, the business meetings and socials that are good starting points to form connections. But there's a lot more to membership and member benefits to get to today. So with that, I'm going to actually hand it back over to Wendy Kramer to review some of the member benefits.
Thank you, Therese. Yes, by now you should have received information regarding your AOM member benefits. Members repeatedly let us know they find the most value in making professional connections with other members, which is what you're here to do today. Gaining access to current management scholarly research through our peer-reviewed publications, exploring job opportunities and seeking career advice from faculty members around the globe, and surrounding themselves with other scholars by attending a variety of events held throughout the year. And now I'd like to introduce Carrie, who will share more information about the best ways you can build your AOM network. Carrie?
Thank you, Wendy, and hello to everyone today. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to take a few moments now to talk about Connect at AOM, which is our interactive community engagement site where you can network and connect with other members all year round. Now, Connect is seamlessly integrated with our membership systems and with your membership profile. And so that means that all of those digs that Herman has been talking about, the ones that you join as part of your member profile, you are automatically enrolled in the dig communities for those divisions that you've selected as part of your membership. And this is a great benefit for you because it means that you immediately begin to start connecting with others across the Academy and begin receiving information in daily digest emails that arise out of the online community discussions that are happening at every single dig. This integration with your member profile, with your digs into the Connect system is really, really important. You're going to hear us say this repeatedly today. The digs are your home base for engagement. This is where you're going to find your network of people who are studying what you are studying, who are interested in what you're interested in, who want to talk about the same things. And Connect at AOM, the online community, is really your window into all of those dig neighborhoods. The dig websites are hosted through Connect. Dig discussions are hosted there. There's multiple resource libraries for every single dig where members are sharing documents, resources, teaching resources, or any sort of calls for papers that may show up on event calendars. Anything that's happening within the professional universe where you may want to submit your work, find research partners, and begin to make those connections with others across the Academy. Really important thing about Connect is that all members, even you, are able to contribute to this conversation. This is not an exclusive place where only a few are able to contribute. The discussions on Connect are a place where everyone can contribute. So I encourage you, when you're ready, make sure you're reading those daily digests that come out every day, absorb all the information that is available to you through Connect, and then when you are ready, begin to contribute yourself. Answer some questions, ask your own questions, respond to what others are discussing, and add yourself into that network and begin to make the connections that are so valuable for the rest of your career. With that, I am going to hand off to Therese to talk about another important benefit, which is your journals and publications and how you can begin to engage there.
Thank you, Carrie. So many of you, when you go back to the first time you learned about the Academy, it was through a journal article, maybe even written by our esteemed guest, Herman McGinnis today. But obviously you're aware of the Academy, whether through the annual meeting or our journals. But as a member, did you know you have full access, exclusive access to the full AOM archive of over 40,000 full text and abstracts of AOM research? So listen, I can't possibly use all our time to review all the research benefits, but I just want to give you a few tips to get you started. And the best way to start is bookmark the journals page. That's that journals.aom.org. And then you sign in on that platform using your AOM login credentials to access your account. Access to AOM journals were ranked the highest important among member benefits in a recent member survey. So it's no wonder, because there is a treasure of research information found in the journal platform, including links to additional content like journal podcasts. I don't know if some of you are aware, AMJ recently launched a new podcast. It's illuminating. AMR has a bunch of YouTube videos about different thoughts behind what writing a review article. But if you're not sure where to start, check out the individual journal page, like the one for AMJ, where you can access current issues, the full archive of AMJ articles, or read AMJ articles before they're even available for publication. Now, next, on the next slide, you should have been, if you haven't already, been receiving an electronic table of contents when a new issue is published of every AOM journal. But if you haven't been receiving those table of contents, you want to make sure you access your account on the journals portal so that you could see what you've signed up for. And then you can also sign up for additional email alerts, like what new in press articles or citation alerts. So you want to be able to make sure that you access and log into your account on our journals platform to control what type of messages you receive to access and engage with the research. Now, AOM members also receive exclusive access to Insights, our newest publication of brief, simple language summaries of AOM journal articles for use in the classroom and used to promote AOM research to managers and business leaders. And if you haven't already, you'll receive a monthly Insights newsletter highlighting different topics and when new summaries are available. So you can access this today by logging in. Now, also, many of you joined AOM not just to read and access the research the AOM produces, but also prepare your own work for submitting to AOM journals. And we've got a few starting points for you today, depending on your different needs. So for example, if you already have a paper, maybe you're even presenting it in Boston and you'd like to submit to an AOM journal, the best place to start is our author resources page. This page is a great way to decide which journal your work is suitable for, learn about the different missions of the journal, and then follow those breadcrumbs to start a journal submission. If your work is still in progress or you have an idea or you don't have a full submission yet, you want to find out more about the journal paper development workshops. These are more informal roundtables with editorial teams aimed at strengthening papers for potential submission to a journal. And the picture here shows a recent AMJ workshop in Mexico City, but there's also PDWs scheduled in Canada, Spain, Australia, Switzerland. So you definitely want to bookmark the paper development workshop page to stay tuned if one is coming to your area or being offered virtually, since many of the journals offer these paper development workshops virtually. Now, listen, there's still time to engage with the journals in Boston. So what you can do as you build your program, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, to take advantage of publication highlights like conversations with editors, you can find on the AOM 2023 program under the program highlights session. And you are welcome to attend any of these sessions. The conversations with editors give you one-on-one conversations with editorial teams, with all the AOM editorial teams. And these take place at different times on Monday, August 7th. Or there's on the next slide, there's also some PDW sessions, some of those paper development workshops or professional development workshops that are taking place in Boston. And these are to maximize your publication potential and learn more about how to submit to these journals. But listen, if publications aren't a priority for you right now, we're gonna, Wendy now is gonna talk about some information about career services, especially some things happening at the annual meeting for you to explore your teaching and professional career opportunities.
Thank you, Therese. So if nothing else, you should know by now that your membership provides year-round professional support, engagement, and resources. So what I'd like everyone to do right now is type in the chat the words year-round, because I want to make sure you understand that the annual meeting is just one component of what your membership benefit provides you. So go ahead and type year-round in there, because the more you write it, the more you'll remember it. So let's talk about career services. So while many members only think of career services when it's time to go on the job market, and a good time is a year before you defend, I'm here to let you know we offer year-round access to jobs, not only for the new faculty member or postdoc, but you'll also find opportunities for tenure and non-tenure track positions, contract positions, associate, full, visiting professors, and also for some administrative positions, such as department chairs and dean's positions. In other words, no matter where you are on your career journey, think of AOM Career Services when it's time for a career change. But you need advice before beginning? Our team of career coaches, who are all AOM members with a wide range of experience, can meet with you virtually or in person during the annual meeting career fair. What is the annual meeting career fair? Every year, we assist recruiting teams with making that initial connection with job seekers by providing a dedicated space to meet with you. We also offer job market information sessions for both the recruiters and job seekers on Friday afternoon. So be sure to add the appropriate sessions to your schedule. But beyond these benefits, we also have additional resources. However, I'd like to be sure to highlight one of our most sought out exclusive member benefits, the AOM Karma program. This research methods collaboration with the Consortium of Advanced Research Methods and Analysis, or Karma, brings quantitative and qualitative topics to you through both an on-demand library and select live sessions. You can access Karma resources through your Academy profile. And now I'd like to introduce Julie Vesey, who I know that if you're a student, you got an email from her saying, please send us your schedule to verify your student status. And she also answers other questions on a daily basis. And she will wrap up our new member orientation.
Thank you, Wendy. Now that we have explained a little bit about the Academy and some of the many benefits, here are the top actions to take to maximize those benefits. You should probably bookmark the journals page. You definitely want to engage in your DIG discussions and take advantage of the career coaching benefits that Wendy just talked about. You should also probably sign up for a paper development workshop and definitely volunteer through your digs. It's a great way to network, as you never know where your career may next take you. Not going to go through all these slides. These slides will be made available probably through our website. And of course, we are recording the session for anyone who could not attend at this time. If you have any membership questions, please feel free to put it in the chat or send them to membership@aom.org, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. And with that, we have now concluded the member benefits portion of this webinar. We will move on to the annual meeting introduction for the first-time attendees. Taryn Fiore, the AOM meeting director, will now introduce this year's annual meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. As Julia said, my name is Taryn Fiore. I'm the Director of Meetings and Conferences for AOM. We're so excited to be hosting the annual meeting fully in person again this year for the first time since 2019. My goal today is to take just a few minutes to break down the annual meeting into some important actionable steps to help you navigate your first AOM conference. With nearly 2,000 sessions and events and over 9,000 registrants, for a first-time attendee, the annual meeting can be a little overwhelming. Being prepared in advance can help to make it a successful, engaging, and rewarding experience. So let's go ahead and take a look at the big picture. The meeting takes place within 7 facilities, all within less than about a 20-minute walk. The Heinz Convention Center, represented here in blue, is located a short indoor walk from 3 of our other main meeting facilities. The Convention Center acts as a central location which houses our information booth, registration area, and exhibits. You can find interactive maps and floor plans to help you navigate the meeting facilities on the program platform. So nearly all of the sessions hosted in our 7 facilities are organized around AOM's 26 divisions, which you've heard a lot about so far today. You can think of the annual meeting as 26 smaller division-oriented meetings, all organized into one big conference. Each facility hosts several divisions where most of their sessions take place throughout all 5 days. You can attend as many sessions as you like. Pay attention though, some may have special requirements, so you can read each session description for specific details. All Academy activities are meant to encourage participation across all divisions. For example, the AOM networking hubs are open to all registrants 24 hours. There you can print your own badge, use the hub as a meeting point, network with other attendees, or just relax and recharge your device between sessions. And new this year, coffee and tea are available here from 7:30 to 9 a.m. each morning. You can find the location of each of the networking hubs on the program. There's also many sessions based on special areas of interest, such as the meeting theme, teaching, and as Wendy mentioned, the career fair, just to name a few. All of these sessions, events, and activities are easily searched in the program. So the next important thing to understand is that there are many different session types occurring over the course of the 5 days, with interactive professional development workshops, or PDWs, kicking off the program on Friday and Saturday. Sunday hosts the Teaching and Learning Conference, where teaching takes center stage. Also hosted on Sunday are the All Academy Theme Sessions, or AAT sessions, and division plenaries. And we round out the 5 days with paper sessions and some Okay. You can enjoy division socials and business meetings during the entire conference. Okay, for the next slide. Now just a few steps for you to consider as an attendee, the meeting. If you're planning on attending, you must be registered. If you have not already registered, please do so today. You can browse the public program at any time, but once you're registered, you can see the full program, take advantage of extra features such as creating your Matt Supa, AOM's CIO, will be talking in a few minutes about navigating the program. Now, you've heard this a few times before. Herman mentioned this, as well as Therese and Wendy. It is a great tip to remember. Before you head out to Boston, please, you might want to take some time to make some of those personal connections. You can use the online program chat feature, or you can use AOM Connect to meet other registrants with similar interests. Maybe even consider making plans to meet at one of the AOM networking hubs. Before you leave, make sure you've secured your housing. Use information and helpful tips on the program and AOM website to help you get around Boston. There are interactive maps, including metro stops and all of the AOM hotels. Once you've settled in on Thursday, you can use the networking hub to print your own badge. Starting at 5 p.m. Thursday evening, be sure to get your badge in advance so that you can attend your first session, because you will need that badge to attend all of your meetings in all of the locations. If you're presenting, you can find information about preparing and presenting for your session on the website. But if you need help while you're in Boston, you can use one of the speaker ready rooms to get assistance from Projection, AOM's on-site audiovisual company. Once you have done all of these steps, you can enjoy the rest of your time attending sessions and events. Be sure to check out any and all divisions that are of interest to you. If you need any assistance while you're on site in Boston, you can come to the information booth, which is located outside the exhibit hall at the Heinz Convention Center, or visit us at the registration area where many of the Academy staff will be available. Thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to seeing you in Boston. Now, Matt will talk a little bit about how to use the AOM program.
Thanks, Taryn. Yes, we've created 3 unique user experiences online for users to browse the many sessions that are taking place over the course of the 5-day conference. And we have we'll call it the public program. We have an enhanced program and a mobile app. And I'll go into each in a little bit more detail now. So as a starting point, please use the public program to quickly browse, view sessions, and all the details of those sessions. This site is a low bandwidth version, mostly text-based options for quicker load times if you're coming from a low bandwidth connection, maybe an internet cafe that you're not sure about. As Tara mentioned, there are several thousand sessions over the 5-day conference, so you can use the search and filtering capacities, use the divisions and areas of interest to browse through and find and narrow your search. Maybe you're arriving on a certain day and you want to make sure you maximize your time on that day. Or maybe you're on site and you want to just see what's happening in that hotel that you didn't plan for. That's also a great way to use the online program. If you find a session that you want to share on social media, there's a little button at the top called permalink. If you click on that, you can share that session with your colleagues in an email or on social media. The public program is also where you'll come to print out your personal itinerary after you've saved your personalized schedule. And on the next slide, we'll walk into the enhanced program, which is where you probably want to do that. You can use these filters on the left-hand side to really guide your program management process by looking for caucuses, for meetings, for paper sessions, the type of session that you're interested in, and use those divisions or special areas. You find the session, you click on the little star, and it will automatically add it to your customized program that you are interested in attending. As we said earlier, there are some sessions that have specific requirements. Maybe they want to share your CV prior to attending. And so read those requirements. But then just all you need to do is have your badge, show up to that session, and you'll be able to attend it. In the platform itself, there's also the ability to contact individuals. So individuals, once they're listed there, you can send them an email. Say, I attended your presentation. I really enjoyed X, Y, and Z. It's a great way to network with people. You can also use the Start a Chat feature, which will open up a little on-site chat pop-up box, and you can send them a message. And if they're offline, it will send them an email. Okay, once you've added those items to your mobile, to your personalized program, you can download our mobile app. And our mobile app is how you're going to take that extensive program with you on the go in your pocket. So be sure to download it. We are waiting for it to be approved in the Apple Store and Google Play Store. But as soon as that information is available, we'll be sending that out to all registrants. Be sure to download it and install it. And again, it can, once you sign in, it will bring all of that hard work that you've done to filter through the 2,000 sessions and put it in your pocket. I'm now going to hand it back to Kerry to discuss some additional ways to make connections at the 2023 annual meeting. And we look forward to having you.
Thank you, Matt. Okay. So I want to, with all this great information that's been presented now about how to navigate the annual meeting, what you can expect with all of the sessions there, I really want to draw it back to where we started. And you may be getting a little tired of hearing this, but the Academy begins with and ends with the digs. And so this is really where you're going to make these connections at the annual meeting. And similar to Herman's description of the Academy in neighborhoods, we also like to think of the AOM as a big tent, but with small welcoming groups underneath. So I really encourage you to think of your digs as your home base. And on the online program, there is a section for program highlights. Every division has identified a subset of highlights out of their program, the sessions that they think are the most important, that they most want to encourage members to attend or to check out, things that they want to make sure they have high attendance or that they think are going to be most interesting for people to attend. So I do encourage you to navigate to that part of the online program and check out what your divisions are highlighting and featuring as part of their individual programs. This is a great place to get started if you need some inspiration on how to begin building your program. As Matt mentioned, you can also use that registrants tab in the online program to try to reach out to people you may already know, or even to identify people that you have seen present once you're on site, send them a message, make those connections and begin to build that network and relationship building that you're going to need once the annual meeting is over and you move on to the rest of the year-round activities that are happening throughout your Academy membership. Don't be afraid to ask questions in live sessions. And if you're not asking questions in live sessions, know that there is also a virtual discussion tab on that online mobile experience where you can contribute to the thought discussions that are happening, ask questions that you didn't get to ask in the live session, or maybe even contribute some other insight that you had from attending the session. And finally, the online program does have a lot of supplemental materials. As you're building your personal itinerary, check out if some of those sessions have supplemental materials, such as abstracts of the papers available for download, or perhaps video presentations that may support the presentations going to be happening live in Boston. Download and view all of those resources in order to enrich your experience. You can use that while you're traveling to Boston, or perhaps even save it for the ride home so that you can continue to extend your experience and gain some value out of your attendance at the annual meeting. One other place that you can begin to engage with others, if you are on social media, the Academy does have an active Twitter presence with many of our members tweeting their participation, tweeting highlights and encouragement to attend their sessions through our Twitter and hashtag AOM 2023. That's a great way to filter and to search on anything that may be related to the annual meeting that's being posted across different social media channels. Hashtag AOM 2023 also works on the Connect community. Many divisions have a lot of features in their discussions going on a daily basis right now, where people are presenters or organizers of different PDWs and paper sessions are sending information and encouraging you to attend their particular sessions. So please search on Connect on that hashtag AOM 2023 to see all that is available, where you can begin to build your itinerary, find the sessions that you want to attend, and see what else is happening across the Academy universe. And finally, wrapping up with some of these sessions of interest that you particularly want to pay attention to. There is an opening reception on Friday night when the exhibit hall opens. We encourage everyone to attend that as a great kickoff to the annual meeting, and where you might begin to meet some people, make some connections, find a friend that you may want to stick with throughout the duration of the conference. So you'll have somebody to meet for coffee in the morning, somebody to have lunch with, somebody to attend sessions with. You never know who you might meet at that opening session. And then importantly, Taryn mentioned the AOM hubs and coffee breaks as well. Every morning in the hotel locations where sessions are being held, there will be a morning coffee break. Many of the divisions and interest groups are hosting tables at those morning coffee breaks on a day-by-day basis. So if you do want to connect with the leaders of your division and find out what the volunteer opportunities might be within your division for the coming year, that's a great place to check in and talk to somebody who's in the know and who can help direct you in the right direction. And then finally, of course, for all of you as new members, we have a space dedicated especially for you in the new attendee welcome room. And that's going to be held in the Heinz Convention Center across from the exhibits. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., closing Tuesday at 3 p.m. as the conference is wrapping up. But you are welcome to stop in there. Myself and Wendy and Julia and other members of the staff and volunteers from across the Academy are going to be available on a daily basis to answer questions and help direct you. Or if you just need a quiet respite between your sessions, it's a great place to come, sit down, wind down, and have a quick break before you're off to your next set of sessions to attend.
I'd like to introduce Hamid. Hamid, I know I never get your last name correct, so I'm going to have you introduce yourself as that. But Hamid has been an active volunteer with us in our membership auspices, and he will be available in the new attendee welcome room. And he also just volunteered to be a coach. So I'd like Hamid to share just a little bit about AOM and his experience, if he wouldn't mind doing this on the spot. Thank you, Hamid.
No problem, Wendy. I appreciate it. Just to let colleagues know, and this is perspective from a member, I transitioned from corporate world to academia in 2005, and that was my first Academy of Management meeting, which led to other places, and is all due to AOM. So AOM, I know, is a misnomer around the world that this is an American Academy of Management, but actually this is a global place for all of us. And I encourage everyone to become engaged, because due to Academy of Management, I found my way to Africa Academy of Management, and the colleagues at AOM were actually gracious to organize the first Africa Academy of Management in South Africa. And then as a part of the AOM, I found my way to European Academy of Management. And currently I'm sitting on the board of European Academy of Management. So this is a place to actually start your academic journey. This is the place that gives you the connections. This is the place that you find colleagues, both junior and senior, to help you along the way. So this is a happy place for all of us. Depending if you want the journals that I use for my PhD students that I supervise, bring them the latest knowledge that they need to find and formulate their problem statement, to the connection, to collaboration, this is the place to be. Now, on a personal note, traveling 75,000 miles a year, I would encourage you, if you're coming from United States, please make sure you have everything printed. Do not rely on your mobile phone. Do not rely on anything. Please organize your journey and print them in sequence of the events. If you have a transfer in any airport, please make sure you're familiar with the layout of the airport. Because if your connection is really quick, then you need to find your way from one gate to another. So make sure you have all those things in place. And if you're traveling from Canada or Ireland to the United States, please be aware that immigration office for United States is located in Canada and Ireland. So you go through immigration there. So arrive at the airport kind of earlier. So this is some of my 2 cents on the spot. Back to Wendy.
Thanks, Hamid. And also, so you know, too, there'll be a series of messages coming from the meetings team that we call our Before You Go series that'll give you some of this information as well as what you need to access your badge. And so these are the messages leading up to the meeting. So really pay special attention to those type of Before You Go information.
Thank you. Yes, and it's not too late to think about Chicago, right? So on our next slide, we've got Chicago next year and then Copenhagen. Save your pennies, pinch them so that you could attend both of these upcoming and exciting annual meeting venues. And it's not too early to start thinking ahead. So again, we appreciate you attending. If you have any further questions, you can either send them to membership@AOM or stop by the new member attendee welcome room, which will be open beginning Friday morning from 8 to 5 each day. We will, stop and grab a cup of coffee and speak with Julia. She'll be housed there. I'll be located over in Career Services in the Marriott. And I'm also taking volunteers. So, don't be afraid to really be fully engaged. And we look forward to seeing you in Boston. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, everyone.